Oh, hi, chemistry family. Just wanted to go over a couple example problems with you to make sure you were feeling comfortable and confident with the homework for today. So if we want to follow along, let's jump into number one just to get the idea of what's expected. Number one says, write a nuclear equation for the alpha decay of 231 over 91 Pa. Now, element Pa is actually protactinium, and we are going to do an alpha decay, which means we are going to start with this radioisotope. And since it's going through alpha decay, that means you're going to start with the one element and it's going to break down into other things. Well, if it's alpha decay, we know it's going to break down into an alpha particle, which we learned is 4 over 2 alpha. But that means there's something else it has to break down into as well. So if we remember, we treat the arrow kind of like an equal sign, then the numbers on top have to equal. So 231 is on top to the left of the arrow, so 4 plus what would give me 231? That has to be 227. All right, and on the bottom, 91 has to equal 2 plus what? Well, 2 plus 89 will give us 91. So now we are equaled out. Now we look at that bottom number, 89, and that is going to let us know that we're dealing with element AC, actinium. And there we have it. We actually ended up getting the nuclear equation for alpha decay. Remember, decay means you start with one object and then you break into 2 or more pieces. Because it's decay, you're breaking down. All right, hopefully that made sense for you. Let's just jump around to number 9 and do a nuclear equation for the beta decay of 152 xenon. All right, so we're going to start with 152 xenon. And since it's going through beta decay, that means it's going to give off a beta particle and something else. Remember decay, you start with one thing on side or the left of the arrow, and you're going to end up with beta. What's a beta particle? Make sure you look up what that is, but that's 0 over -1, and the symbol can be E or beta. I like beta. But besides that, you're going to end up with something else. Again, the arrow is like an equal sign, so the top number, 152, is got to equal 0 plus 152. That was easy. Now on the bottom, 54 is the number. -1 plus what will give me 54? That has to be 55. Now remember, the crazy thing about beta decay is that the new element that's formed is always an element that is a higher atomic number than the element that originally decayed. So it actually broke apart and then became something bigger. And in this case, it has the same mass but one extra proton. So element 55 is actually cesium, CS. And cesium can get quite a bit messy when it comes to things like dirty bombs and that, which we've briefly brought up in potentially some documentaries that you've seen in this class. But overall, it's nice and balanced now. Well, we've done decay, alpha decay and beta decay. We better do a bombardment just to make sure we're feeling good about it. Remember, bombardment is when two things hit together before the arrow, and that is going to end up creating something new. So in this case, because remember the arrow is like the equal sign, 23 plus 1 is going to give us a total of 24. And then 11 plus 0 gives us the atomic number 11. So what does that end up being? Element 11 is still sodium. So in this case, with neutron bombardment, sodium went from sodium 23 to sodium 24. And there you have it. It's nice and balanced. All right, for the last example, why don't we try one of these guys out? So we've got right here, chlorine 35 goes through neutron bombardment. All right, the arrow is like an equal sign. So 35 plus 1 is 36. So 1 plus 35 would give us 36 on this side. 17 plus 0 is 17. So 1 plus what would give us 17? It would have to be 16. Looking on the periodic table, element 16 would be sulfur. And you have your balanced equation right there. If we clean that up, Looks a lot nicer like that, and everything is balanced. All right, Chem Fam, I hope this helps and gets you started on the right foot. Keep trying, talk to each other, and get help from each other, and you should do fine. Have a great day.